Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And folks, we got a crazy show for y'all, but before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So, as you guys know, the NBA Finals is underway. We're on the heels of Game 2, which is tonight. I think it's 7:30 Eastern time or whatever it is. But with that, there have been some talk surrounding the coverage of the NBA Finals. Some people have been just complaining about it. Some people have been saying the coverage from ESPN is boring, is bland, it's nothing to talk about. It's just not exciting. People have been complaining about this. In the past, they complain about the commercials, the structures of the shows, the halftime shows, and all of that. Now, apparently, there's some rumors that are swirling out there of an impending layoff of Doris Burke. Now, as you guys know, Doris Burke was the first female analyst, former athlete analyst, to cover the NBA Finals, right? To not to cover, but to commentate on an NBA Finals, and a lot of people were excited about it. Now, over the last 24 hours, apparently, a lot of things have happened that, frankly, I was unaware of. Apparently, people like Richard Jefferson are losing their minds. Even Rick Carlisle went out there and put out a public statement in support of Doris Burke, given the rumors that are swirling. There's an article headline here from Yahoo Sports stating the following: Rick Carlisle defends ESPN's Doris Burke before Pacers Thunder in Game 1 of NBA Finals. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Right? What the hell is going on here? So I'm like, we got to get to the bottom of this. But before we even get into what these articles had to say here today, today's video is brought to you by sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. Prize Picks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week on Prize Picks, I'm looking at the upcoming NBA schedule and selecting Stephen Curry for more than 29 points and Kevin Durant for more than 27 points and Anthony Davis for more than 12 rebounds and Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play safe, you'll love Prize Picks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. Okay, so let's get into this first article here. It says, Indiana Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle didn't hold back with reporters ahead of Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Carlisle opened his pregame availability with supporting words for ESPN broadcaster Doris Burke. His remarks came after reports surfaced Wednesday that Burke's place next to Mike Breen on ESPN's NBA broadcast is not guaranteed moving forward, according to Andrew Marchand of The Athletic. She has changed the game for women in broadcasting, Carlisle said. Doris is a great example of courage in putting herself out there. It is so sad to see these reports leaked before such celebrated event. The uncertainty comes amid ESPN's potential shakeup of his NBA broadcast crew, partially due to the network's absorbing talent from inside the NBA after Turner Sports' NBA rights deal ended. Burke's career at ESPN spanned over 3 decades, beginning in 1991. She served in various roles since then, working in from radio and sideline reporting to becoming the first woman to serve as a full-time NBA game analyst on national TV. She joined Breen and Richard Jefferson on ESPN's top broadcasting team this past season. It then continues on. I don't know what's going to happen with all that stuff, but I just want to say thank you to Doris Burke for the example she has put forth for young women like my daughter and all these people who are changing the game. Carlisle said she has changed the game. That's the reason that she was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame a couple of years ago. I just want to say that in support of her. Now, he said that. Now, I believe even Richard Jefferson went out there and he threw his support in her direction. I just want to see where did I see this? Yes, here it is. So there was an article here from Awful Announcing ESPN.com, where Richard Jefferson essentially went out there and basically said he supports her. It says, Richard Jefferson wears a pro Doris Burke shirt during interview. And then it continues on where he says, my favorite broadcaster is Doris Burke. And then it continues on with some of the things that he said, and people were reacting to what he had to say there. You guys can go check out that article there as well. So what are my thoughts on all of this? I gotta say that I'm surprised that the overall reaction to it, in terms of this panic that seems to be settling in. The fact of the matter is, people get laid off all the time at ESPN, or it seems to be a seasonal thing. The other thing is, people have been complaining about the coverage. We produced a show not too long ago where we talked about some of the things that people were saying in terms of the things she was talking about, some foreign players like Rudy Gobert, and she was making some World War II references and all of that. And people are like, what the hell is going on here? Right? Number one. Number two, people as a whole have been critical of the coverage that ESPN has in terms of their playoff games and their finals games. I've read some comments where people have said you couldn't even tell if this was a regular season game and an NBA finals game just because the coverage was simply so bland. Right? Now, I am surprised, however, that head coach Rick Carlisle is willing to step out there and lend his support in the way that he's saying it. Richard Jefferson said that. I do have to say as well, though, I noticed that there seems to be like, it's almost like an accepted behavior at ESPN where it's like, you know, prop up women, protect women. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I have a daughter. There's nothing wrong with that. But it seems that they seem to be hypersensitive to things like this. But when things happen to some of their male colleagues, I don't see all of the support. I don't see head coaches going out there lending their support and saying this, and we're devastated. And this is something that we're going to cover in a subsequent show. But look, the fact of the matter is, we've seen many finals games. We've seen the coverage. Some of it has been wildly entertaining. And if we're being honest, the ones that we're seeing now are just kind of boring. The fact of the matter is, a lot of the ESPN coverage has turned into just one big twerkathon, especially during LeBron James games. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, the commentators might as well just put on a Lakers jersey at that point. Like, it's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you could really see, like, okay, you guys are overdoing this thing, right? And some people got tired of it. Now, if ESPN is considering to make a decision like this, the question you have to ask yourself is why. Instead of getting into the pity party, ask yourself why. What went wrong beyond the fact that they have to merge talent pools and all of that? But if this person or these people were doing an excellent job, they would be off the board, one would surmise, right? But apparently not. Look, these are just my thoughts on it. You guys weigh in. Let me know what you think about it, and we'll catch you on the next show. Peace.